know your Republican family gave you the silent treatment. They will not talk to you. Don't feel bad, neither will mine. And I discovered that it's an epidemic. I will put links in my description to let you know what it says about that, but that's what they're saying online. It's an epidemic. That our vote represents our values, our core values, our souls, the things we live by this time. Usually it's just like taxes or, something silly, roads instead of bridges or whatever. But this time, oh boy, it's really a whole different story. And, for me, Trump won was all about kids in cages. And I had lived in Douglas, Arizona, right on the border for years. And it just broke my heart, because if that had happened when I was there, I would have been down there breaking those kids out. I tell you, there's no way that 500 kids never found their parents again. I find that's just, well, for what I know and have studied about the effect of an upbringing on a child, I couldn't stand it. I would have to go let the kids out, and I'd bring them all home. I don't know where I'd put them, but I'd bring them all home. It's the idea that those kids were in cages and away from their parents. Anyway, the point is, when your Republican family goes absolutely silent, and you're sitting there as a Democrat going, can't we just talk about other things? And I've read some of that. I've read where people have tried that. And I did try that for the longest time before she finally said, my daughter, my beautiful, precious daughter, said, nope, we're too different, Mom. Maybe I'll talk to you after my birthday, maybe not. She didn't. So I told her, I can't play this in and out game. If you come back to talk to me, it's got to be until I die. I'll be 80 in January, and my mother made it to 65, my grandmother to 34. Come on. My dad was 60, I think 60 when he had cancer, and lived a short time longer. His father was 58. Come on. Really, I was predicted to be gone by 30 because of childhood illness. So it's really hard. It really is. And I totally understand it. And I think that it's important to understand that I'm in a women's group, and that so often that's what the women are talking about. They're talking about one child or another who's locked them out, and oftentimes it has to do with the politics that are going on now. Remember, these politics that we're dealing with right now are unprecedented. The weather that we're dealing with right now is unprecedented. The earthquakes and tornadoes and all the climate change is unprecedented. And so many of the aspects in our political game, not just in the United States and with English speakers, but in Europe and in Venezuela and Iran, I mean, they're all having issues. Ukraine, everybody's having wars. There's so much going on, and it makes it very difficult to take a position on anything. And people are anxious. There's a lot of anxiety. So breathe. Remember, the first thing we need is air. Second thing we need is water. Water's a problem now too, and there's a lot of talk about water. There's a lot of talk about earthquakes and tornadoes. So and we're just coming up on hurricane season. So keep in mind, there's a lot of stress right now. Education system's been reduced. There's just so many areas, climate change and costs. Oh, the economics have gotten so high. I don't know how anybody can afford to work. The cost of childcare has gotten so high. So keep in mind that the family is still your family, and hopefully at some point you'll get back together. And if not, you can always talk to me. I'd love to talk to you about it because I'm in the middle of it myself. That's why I make these videos. The videos are about, I understand, because I'm there too. And it's important to know that, because feeling alone is real hard for any kind of a situation. I lost 2 dogs, you know. That's another thing. A friend of mine just lost his dog last Saturday, and it was adorable. There's so many things that we need to share. So don't hesitate. Thank you.